Hey, what's up, mortals? It's the TheJoeyBoscoShow here. And before we get into today's video, there's something I'd like to say. I'd like to let you all know that we have a merch store. Some of the items in it are only available for a limited amount of time. So, if you're interested, go into the description and check it out. Each purchase helps us make more content. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. What if Deku was a Force user? Part 1. The Old Master. Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there was a young man, a Jedi, named Jedediah. He was not a regular Jedi. He wasn't exceptional, but he did have a stronger connection to the Force than most. But unlike most, he did not use his connection to the Force for combat. He had a basic knowledge and skill for it, of course, but he chose the role of explorer, an artifact collector. Jedediah had found many lost artifacts from eons past, both including information from and for Sith and Jedi. But one day, while investigating an undiscovered quadrant of space, he ran into a meteor storm that damaged his ship. He had to make an emergency crash landing and landed on a low-level planet, but the crash injured him badly. He was taken care of and healed by a kind-hearted woman, Inko Midoriya. Our story takes place many years later. Izuku Midoriya, the son of Inko Midoriya, was born quirkless, and in a world where your standing is decided by how powerful your quirk made you. It was not a good place to be in, but something was about to happen to Izuku Midoriya that would change his world forever. Our story begins one night before getting ready for bed, so we woke up for junior high the next day. Izuku finishes his homework up, and since there's still a bit of time before he needs to get ready for bed, he decides to scroll through the web, looking at info about pro heroes and stuff. But something is different about tonight. He hears a voice. Izuku. Huh? Izuku looks around. Who said that? Izuku goes back to looking at the web, then the voice speaks again. Izuku. Izuku groans. Okay, seriously? What is that? He jumps off his bed and looks around. After searching his room for 5 minutes, Izuku senses something, and in the corner of his eye he can see a blue glow. He follows it to under his bed, in a secret compartment where he finds an odd object. A Jedi holocron. Whoa! What is it? He asks himself as he fiddles with it for a bit, poking and prodding it, and after a while the glow dies down. Weird, he says to himself before checking the time, and seeing as it was late, he decides to go to sleep as he goes to sleep. As Izuku sleeps, one of the tips of the holocron have turned, but this could have only happened if a Jedi or a Force potential was focused. The next day on his way to school, Deku witnessed a new up-and-coming hero fight a villain with a gigantification quirk, Kami Woods. However, the fight was ended rather anticlimactically when another hero, Mount Lady, took all the glory. Meanwhile, at school, the teacher talks about where everyone's career is headed. But when he mentions becoming heroes, everyone goes wild. The top student, Katsuki Bakugo, gives everyone some lip but shuts them up quickly when the teacher mentions Bakugo had showed interest in applying to UA High. However, when he mentions Izuku also wants to go there, everyone laughs. The rest of the class moves on slowly after that. Bakugo was not happy though. He had a plan. Izuku trying for UA High throws a wrench into that plan, and he wasn't having it. At the time, in the cafeteria, Izuku is going through some of his notes. Then he notices the holocron he found the previous night. Weird. I don't think I put this in my bag. It must have fallen in this morning. He's about to put it away when he sees something different. One of the corners have twisted. Wait, is that how you open it? He tries to twist and turn the other corners to no effect. He sighs and then puts it away after giving up. Izuku goes to turn back to his notebook, but it's disappeared. He looks up to see Bakugo holding it. Huh. So you keep a journal on how to be a hero. You've always been such a loser, Deku. Kachan, that's mine! Give it back! Why? It's not like it'll ever be any help to you. You're destined to be a loser forever. There's no way you'll ever be accepted by UA High when they can have me. Take my advice, and don't even think about applying or else. But I can still try my hardest, even if I don't succeed, right? It seems you don't quite understand. Let me spell it out for you. You will never be a hero. Maybe this will explain what I mean more than any words can. He uses his explosion quirk to destroy Izuku's notebook. Ah! That's so mean! Let me tell you a little something. There's only one way you could possibly become a hero. If you went to the top floor and took a swan dive off the roof and pray to be born with a quirk in your next life. Izuku, fuming with anger, clenches his fist. A massive wave of energy explodes from within him, knocking Bakugo over as well as other students, and even some teachers. Everyone looks at Izuku, impressed and confused, all except the principal, who was also quirkless. Izuku Midoriya, the infirmary, now! Izuku looks at his hands confused, and scared he picks up his notebook and heads towards the infirmary with the principal following close behind, not knowing that inside his backpack, 2 more corners had turned. Bakugo stood up, dusting himself off, looking in the direction of Izuku. In the infirmary, Izuku had taken medical tests for the sudden manifestation of a quirk. The doctor, however, shrugs and shakes his head. I don't know what to tell you. It's possible you're a late bloomer. If you are, it'll probably happen again. If not, it's probably just a fluke. Might be that small remnants remained inside your body of your mother or your father's quirk, and it was untapped until today. And it'll be the only time you'll ever show off any sort of power. How likely is it that he's a late bloomer and this quirk will reappear? Doctor shrugs. I give it a 50-50 at best. I suggest not to strain yourself too much if you are a late bloomer. Your body is probably trying to adjust to the change that usually takes years for the body to go through in a few weeks to overnight, so yeah. You might want to try going to a hospital where the doctors are more well-versed in this kind of thing. Okay, thanks. He looks to the principal. And sorry, sir. I know it wasn't on purpose, but that's no excuse for what I did. The principal shakes his head. No, it's fine. Just be more careful. Izuku nods. Will do. Thanks. That afternoon, after school has finished, Izuku is about to leave school, brushing off his notebook. Thankfully, Bakugo hadn't destroyed it beyond recognition, just singed the corners and covered it in soot. Before Izuku could leave school, though, he bumps into Bakugo. Oh, Kachan. I'm really sorry about earlier. It's a long and complicated story, but I can explain. Sort of. But to be fair, you shouldn't have told me to go kill myself. That's not something a decent person does. Or a hero. Bakugo punches his fist together, creating a small explosion. You've been hiding something, Deku. Izuku looks confused. I have? What? Do I look like an idiot? If you had a quirk, you would have gotten it when we were kids. So why didn't you show me your power? Thought you were better than me? Too good to show off your quirk? What? If I had power, I would have showed you way sooner than today. Anything to stop you bullying me. I had no idea I had power. If I actually do, that is. What's that supposed to mean? Look, Kachan, the doctor said I might be what's called a late bloomer. It's when someone develops a quirk later on in life. Sometimes it's their early teens. Other times it's their late teens. Sometimes it only happens when they reach full adulthood. But it could also be that fragments of power lay dormant in me until today, and I'll never be able to use that power again. The doc doesn't know. All he does know is that if I am a late bloomer, I shouldn't exert myself too much. Bakugo, clearly processing everything, shakes his head and shoves past Izuku. Walking away, Izuku picks up his bag and walks off, heading to his friends. While walking home, Izuku has gotten the holocron out and sees that 2 more corners have turned and is very confused. Just what are you? You're not a toy. No toy would be this frustrating or annoying, but I feel something from you. But not sure what exactly. Izuku is so focused on the holocron, he doesn't notice a little green man next to him as he walks under the bridge. No, not what you have, you do. Yeah. He nods. Realizing someone spoke to him, he turns around. Huh? Yoda chuckles. Holocron in your hands you have. Izuku motions to the holocron he's holding. You mean this? Yoda nods. Yes. Information and great power is held deep with it. Izuku smiles. Maybe that's what that was at school then. That burst of power. Yoda shakes his head. No, that is your own power, your own skill. You sense something inside the holocron, but know not what it is. Izuku nods. Yeah, you do?
Indeed.
He takes the holocron from Izuku and turns it every which way, investigating it thoroughly.
Too early, it seems.
Too early? What's that mean?
Every Jedi open these with ease they can. You have yet to unlock the last 3 keys. Do that, and I will tell you more, I will.
He tosses the holocron back to Izuku. Izuku stumbles to catch the holocron. Wait, who are you? What's your name? Please, at least tell me that.
Yes, Master Yoda, once I was called. Now Master of no one. Students all gone.
Oh, did they graduate or something? Yoda shakes his head.
Speak not of it, will I? Too painful it is. Leave you with advice, I will. Look deep inside yourself. Concentrate and focus. You will succeed.
But I've been trying all day. This thing just won't open. He tries forcing the last keys open, but just ends up hitting his head with the holocron.
Do or do not. There is no try. Using force help, it will not. You must open your mind. Let the force guide you.
Izuku looks confused. I don't understand. How can I do anything if I don't try? And what's the force? Yoda chuckles.
See you will.
Yoda disappears. Izuku sits down and fiddles with the holocron for about 15 minutes before he's about to give up in frustration. Then he takes a deep breath and places it down. Do or do not. There is no try. What's that even mean? All right, let's give it a go. I will open this. Izuku closes his eyes and begins meditating. As he does, 2 more keys unlock, but suddenly a gigantic sludge villain bursts out of the sewers. What the heck? The sludge villain tries to force himself into Izuku's body, suffocating him in the process. But he's saved by All Might and goes all fanboy on him, trying to ask him some questions, only for it to be revealed that All Might is injured and is told that he can't be a hero with no quirk. Even with a small quirk, with the ability to push things away, it won't help much against the villain seriously trying to kill you and others. All Might leaves with a somber look on his face. It's not bad to have dreams, young man. Just make sure those dreams are attainable. He walks away. Izuku is stunned. He doesn't know what to say or do. That's when he sees an explosion. A villain? I wonder which hero will show up. He goes to run and go see, but then remembers what All Might said and starts tearing up. What's the point? Even All Might said it's impossible for me to become a hero. He sighs and starts walking home, not realizing he's heading towards the smoke. An hour after, Bakugo had been captured by the sludge villain. By the time Izuku turned up, the heroes were doing the best they could, but no one had the right quirk to stop the sludge villain while he was killing Bakugo to possess him. All Might was kicking himself for not being able to do anything. Izuku saw this and saw that Kacchan, was in trouble and blamed himself. This is all my fault. I wasted All Might's time and power. Someone with the right power will come along to save the day, I'm sure. A real hero, he thought to himself. Just as Izuku thought those words, though, he heard a voice. One he didn't recognize, but one that felt familiar, and one he trusted. Jedediah. Izuku, listen to me. I know you're scared. I know you've had a hard life, but you need to trust me. Close your eyes and feel the force. You can feel it, can't you? The energy that binds the whole universe together. Take a deep breath, then let it out. Then another, and let it out. And when you feel the connection to the force, strike. You can save your friend. You simply need to do something. The one thing that everyone has ever told you not to do. And believe in yourself. Ready? Izuku had been listening to the voice and followed its instructions. He nods. Ready. With more confidence and determination than he had ever had before, he starts off running, and the sludge villain scaring everyone, he ignores the pleas from all the heroes, civilians, and even All Might. He throws his bag to blind the sludge villain. You bastard! Ah. The distraction weakened the sludge villain enough to release Bakugo's mouth so he could breathe.
Deku, why are you here?
I'm here to save you. Now I know you're awesome, brilliant, and the best in the world. You'll surpass All Might one day. But just because you're that amazing doesn't mean you never need help. Now, when I strike, I need you to use your explosions too. Got it? Bakugo goes to argue but realizes the sludge villain is regaining his senses, so he nods. Izuku gets in stance, gathering the force, and he strikes the sludge villain's center, which pushes him away, weakening him a bit, but not enough to release Bakugo. Do it now! Let me go, you bastard! He releases as many explosions as he can, which weakens the sludge villain enough to escape. Izuku grabs Bakugo's hand and pulls him out of the remaining sludge. Kachan, you okay? Bakugo gets a flashback to the last time Izuku asked that question, and how angry he got. Realizing for the first time, he never looked down on Bakugo. He was just very kind. Bakugo lets a small smile grace his lips, and he nods. Yeah, I'm fine. The sludge villain reassembles in almost no time at all.
You pricks think this is the time to be smiling and laughing? I'm going to rip you to shreds!
Both Bakugo and Izuku look to one another, nod, and release one last burst off their powers, pushing the sludge villain back, before bolting to escape. The sludge villain rages at them, but something happens no one thought would happen. All Might jumps to the forefront with his iconic smile.
Sorry I'm late, but I'll be okay now. You know why? Because I am here.
And with that, he turns to the sludge villain.
Now listen here, you vile villain. Today, you started out as just a thief, and your sentence would have been very light. But now you have attempted to murder 2 children and arson. You will be lucky to see the light of day ever again. But it's what you deserve. You are truly evil.
He pulls his fist back and charges up his power and shouts,
Texas Smash!
After everything was over, All Might gave a few sound bites to the media, while the heroes chewed out Izuku for his reckless endangerment, but eventually congratulated him on his bravery, as was Bakugo. After everything was said and done, they both headed home together. After all, Izuku lived just around the corner from Bakugo.
Hey, Deku.
Huh?
I'm sorry for what I said earlier today. I don't know what it was that made me so angry, but I never should have told you to go kill yourself.
Izuku smiles.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Really?
On one condition.
What?
Let's be friends again.
That it?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Why not?
Suddenly All Might appeared shouting,
Ha ha! I am here!
Both shocked shout,
All Might!
All Might!
What are you doing here? I thought you were talking with those reporters.
I fight for justice, not for sound bites. Ha ha ha!
Suddenly he deflates with a cough of blood, freaking Bakugo out.
What the heck? That's All Might? What happened to him? I'm so confused!
All Might calms Bakugo down. Easy there, young man. You were both very brave today, and you're Izuku's friend, so for what I'm about to offer him, I figured you'd like to be here. Izuku looks confused.
Offer me what?
Today, when young Bakugo here was being suffocated, I was watching helpless to do anything, and for that, he bows to Bakugo. I am so sorry. Please, forgive me for not acting sooner. Bakugo was conflicted, angry that the greatest hero of all time didn't act sooner. But from what he just saw, there's clearly more to the story.
I'm fine. But yeah, what are you offering Izuku here?
All Might stood up and nodded. He then went on to explain his powers and the aspects that nobody could ever imagine to comprehend how he inherited his power from his master. He told them both everything, then offered Izuku the power. Bakugo looked a little jealous, but also impressed and all around flabbergasted.
Izuku! Wow. Well, what are you gonna do?
Izuku, about to say yes, thinks for a moment.
Can I have some time to think?
Well, wasn't what I was expecting, but sure. Admittedly, I thought you would have said yes without any resistance, but I'm not trying to force it on you or anything. When you've made your decision, meet me at your local beach. Bring young Bakugo as well. Izuku nods.
Thanks, All Might. Not just for the offer, but for saving us today.
All Might gives Izuku a smile and thumbs up. Of course. Now, he transformed back into his All Might form.
All Might, away!
He jumps away. Bakugo looks shocked at Izuku.
Dude, what was that? I figured you'd jump at the chance to get powers like All Might.
Izuku nods.
Yesterday, I probably would have too. Except today I have my own powers. Sure, it doesn't seem to be a lot or anything special, but I need to think for myself if I should take All Might's offer, or try to come into my own with my own power.
Bakugo nods.
Yeah, because if I took that power, I'd always wonder if I became the greatest because of that power or through my own. But being quirkless, you would have had no choice but to accept. I get it, sort of. Anyway, I better get going. See you later, Deku.
Later, Kachan.
They both split off and head to their respective houses. As soon as he got home, he hugged his mom, who over-affectionately looked him over, making sure he was all right. Izuku played how dangerous the situation actually was, also leaving out the fact that he had been attacked earlier too, as well as not telling her about his powers, not sure how to tell her just yet. After dinner, Izuku went straight to his room, overthinking everything. Izuku looks inside his bag and gets the holocron out. He lies back down on his bed and starts tossing it up and down.
Oh man, what a day. And All Might's offer. I mean, wow. But what should I do? Being as strong as All Might would be wicked cool, but still.
While talking to himself out loud, he accidentally drops the holocron. Izuku looks at it halfway across the room.
Oh, god damn it.
He reaches out for it and goes to get down, but before he can even move, it flies back into his hand like a magnet. Izuku just stares at it in astonishment, then places it on the floor and sits down across from it, closes his eyes, and motions with his hands and unlocks the final keys. The holocron opens to be an automatic message from a Jedi Master. Hello there, this is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with Dark Shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed, and our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere, and in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you, always.
Whoa. Cool!
To be continued.